What's up, my people? You know what it is, the Don Tony Teflon. I'm back at you another thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for rocking with the Don. You know, I'm here every Wednesday rocking with you. I will never not be here until after the season. I will still be here, still doing these videos. Best time of the year it is for me now that we get to talk more about our favorite show from and everything else. I thank everybody who's out here who joined us, me, and you, all of us today. Really, truly, truly appreciate you being here and rocking with us right off the bat and everything else. We're going to have a great show for you. Indeed, hopefully, Phil Issues Guy will be here. Lamar, unfortunately, had some health issues that she's got to deal with. Hope everything goes well with her, giving her our love and everything else, and shout outs to her. But yeah, we're going to get into it. Hopefully, y'all had a chance to watch the video that I put out earlier today. I truly appreciate you. If you did watch it, I 100% appreciate you for watching it. I appreciate you all for always coming back and supporting me. As you know, there are people in this community who are trying to destroy the Don's channel. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but their best attempt, I guess. their best attempt at it and stuff like that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. You know what I mean? It's funny. It makes me laugh. It's comical. You know what I mean? In a sense and all that. So, but it is what it is. Thank you for all the people. I'm sure she appreciates all the love that y'all are sending out to her. Let's say what up to the people who are rocking with us, right? And make sure you hit that thumbs up button. More important than ever that you hit that thumbs up button for your boy right now. Because as you can see, before we get into, I don't want to get into any craziness, but as you can see, you know the Don always does stuff on Wednesdays. Always have done stuff on Wednesdays. Same time spot, same everything. You know this. And now if you look, other channels, who's now trying to come on an hour before the Don at the same time, do the same on the same day and everything else, and just that all that old school stuff that they used to do when I was doing the Game of Thrones stuff. Dealt with it there, deal with it now. Really isn't no big deal and stuff. It's just how people get down and everything else. It's just people always show you who they actually are if you give them a chance to. And as Maya Angelou always says, when someone shows you who they are, you gotta believe them. And that's what you gotta do. You gotta believe these people for what they are. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? For all y'all people out here rocking with me and everything else, truly appreciate it. We're gonna go over all these things that we're trying to go over today, and mostly it's gonna be the title episodes have been released. I can't confirm 100%, but this is what's up on Google. So the fact that it's on Google already, I gotta believe that this is what it is, and it's on Google from the show. So they put out the episode titles, and we're gonna see what we can draw from these episode titles, if we can do anything else like that. Thank you so much for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. I watch a few review channels, but you're the only one I take seriously. I appreciate that. 100%. You know what I mean? Thank you from downtown. We also got Craig is up in the building. That's right. 518 is in the building, rocking with us right now. You know what I mean? Rose Jones is in the building, rocking with us. Terry Matheru is in the building, rocking with us. Dr. Deb is in this piece, rocking with us. Carrie is in this piece, rocking with us. TNJ is in the building, rocking with us right now. Mostly Insane is in the building with us right now. Phil has just checked in. He's in the background. He'll be in here. Carrie is in the building rocking with us right now. We got a whole lot of people, as always, in here rocking with us right now. People say aliens. You know it. You know it. You know what it is. You already know. And again, that's you ain't got to take my word for that at all, or anything else. All you gotta do is just listen to to experts who say the same thing about it and everything else. I just go by them. I don't go by anything else but what experts say. That's it.
All sorts
you
of
don't have
stories,
to
mythologies,
say anything else
legends
but what they
could
say.
be
So
interpreted as gods, who in reality were misinterpreted extraterrestrials.
That's it. Experts. We got expert people that's on our side. You know what I mean? And everything else. So yeah, the counselor is in the building rocking with us right now. So I almost hit you for a time about my accent. I'm so sorry. Legal mods Legal Minds is in the building, rocking. My girl Diane from House Blackwood is here. Phil is here. Don't fear. He's in the background getting ready right now. We'll start with Phil gets in here. Andrew is in the building rocking with us right now and everything else. Chilling with us right now and all that. There's much people. Our girl Luna is in the background. You know what I mean? In here rocking with us right now. Saying I enjoyed your most recent video. Thank you so much. You know, it's like I put that video out there, you know what I mean? And I put it out there from what the show shows. Right? I don't go by what I want it to be. I think everyone, you know, should really understand that. It's not what I want. It's not. I go by whatever the show shows. I'm gonna put it out there, even if it's got nothing to do with what I want to happen or a theory of mine. I'll put it out there and I'll say this is where the show is going because that's what it's showing and everything else. So I'm not here to do anything else. You know what I mean? But that, you know, like good stuff. But put that things out there and everything. You know what I mean? So it is what it is and everything else. You know what I mean? There's nothing else I could say about it and all that. I just try to get it popping. All right, trying to stall for Phil. Try doing my best. She does the most. Is in the building rocking with us. Shell is in the building rocking with us right now. Allison Z is in the building rocking with us. Jay Sleek is in the building rocking with us. OW is in the building rocking with us right now. You know what I mean? Andrew West is in this building rocking with us right now. You know what I'm saying? Rose Jones is in the building rocking with us. Phil must be singing. He must be ready to sing. I see him.
I don't know about singing, Tony, but I am here. I was sorry. I was too busy on another stream before someone else's. No, I'm kidding. I just heard you talking about that before. Sorry, I was on somebody else's stream.
Someone else. Oh, thank you, Luna Cascade, for a super generous 10 memberships gifted. We have 10 new members now of this channel, and I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. If you just received the membership from Luna, please give Luna a shout out for giving you that up in there. That is
cool.
Really
I get the names if you want them, Tony.
Yeah, please.
We got OW, good friend OW, C the Counselor. Taryn is a member now. Mostly Insane. Justin, Chris Smalls, Carlos Coleman, Lewis K, Holly, and Nita the Diva.
That is what's up. Thank you all for being members. Really appreciate it. Now, if I don't want to address this too much, but we're going to get to it real quick. I'm just going to say, get your opinion. I haven't even had a chance to talk to you about it. So I have the screenshots and everything. I'm not going to go into that. So let me ask you, Phil, as an expert YouTuber, many people in the chat right now, what do you think is going on? Right? So the other day, I got a comment in my comment section.
Yes.
Right? You get a lot of comments. There's nothing wrong with that. Love them all. Even the ones that don't agree with me and got to, you just see the comment and I try to respond as I can. And the commenter said, hey, fans of From, you know, there's more channels than this one to watch. Why are you going to watch this person? I believe this person, paraphrasing, is a fraud. So you should watch other channels and not this guy, right?
Ooh.
Right? So then I went and I looked, Phil. I went to this channel. I said, let me take a look at the channel. This so happens that channel was created the same day.
I was going to ask you if it's a relatively new channel.
It was a channel that made that comment that created the channel, their channel, the same day they made that comment. And then when I looked at the people that they looked at, they only looked at 2 videos, and they were from the same creator that does From, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you think that would mean that person made a fake channel and then put that on my comments?
Tony, I think you're naive to think that anyone ever uses alt accounts. I don't think we ever saw that in the Game of Thrones community at all. I don't think that, I don't even want to say, I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want to call anyone out because they're probably listening. But we know for a fact, we know some people that have done that before. For sure. Like, I'm writing a name in the private chat. You know it's true. I know it's true. It's like all the time.
It's so funny, you know what I mean? And as when we went through this before on the channel, you always told me like it's always people who are close to you. It's never
Yeah.
the people that you think are your friends
Yep.
are
They're
the
doing it.
ones who actually do that stuff. So there were people that I considered that I thought were my friends on this thing, but now I know for a fact that who did it and everything. And I will not name that person's channel or anything because I don't ever try to hurt nobody's pockets. They know I know that they did it, and they can just keep doing them and everything else. And that is what TL Foreman's in the building. What's up, TL Foreman? I appreciate you being here, man. It's been a little
Oh, good
while.
to see you. Good people.
Yeah,
My friend.
you know, without a doubt. So, listen, it is what it is. Let these people keep doing what they do. We keep doing what we do, and we're gonna keep it moving as we always do, man. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing, man. And that's it.
I feel like Sil in your Tony Soprano hair. I'm like, here we go. It's wartime. Going to war.
One more time. All right. So these are the names of the episodes that we have for the upcoming.
Tony, one quick thing. I don't know if it's the case, but could you double check to make sure the microphone that's on isn't your webcam mic?
Oh, really? Is it
maybe? It might just be the connection, but like just double check just for my.
Let's check it out.
Let's see if it makes a difference.
No, it's maybe I think I have it backwards, Mike. All right, 1 2 1 2.
Much better. Much damn better.
Yeah, I had the microphone backwards. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. It sounded like that you were in the room, not talking into the microphone sound. We learned from the bridge experience that we should say something if that happens.
Yes, thank you so much, Mel. I appreciate it. That's why I got to have you here, man.
No worries. I didn't mean to stop you or stop the stream, but I just wanted to make sure that people can hear you.
It is. I truly appreciate it. All right, season 3, episode 1 is called "When We Go." When we go, which that's really can't draw a lot from "When We Go." What would you draw from "When We Go"?
It almost seems like the thing that immediately comes to mind hearing "When We Go" would be that it would be some sort of not a montage episode, but like either a flashback, like a passage of time episode. Maybe that's the first episode is catching up on the things that are happening that get us to the winter. Like when we go as we go along. I don't know. That's the first thing that pops in my head, but I might be reaching there, Tony.
Yeah, it could be Tabitha when we get out of here, when she goes and she's gotten out. You know what I mean? So I think it could mean that. It could mean a bunch of things. But again, we know that the first episode is always catching up on what they did the previous season. So, but when we go, could they go crazy when they lose their mind?
When they go, could they run away from something? When we go too far, it could be the beginning of a statement. Is it something that a character says in the episode at one point in the line? When we go, or something like that, like meaning like let's roll, like this is our call. When we go, we gotta go.
Yeah, sounds like it. Episode 2 is called Mousetrap.
That was one of my favorite board games when I was a kid, Tony.
Mine too.
It sucked to set it up, but like the Rube Goldberg thing that you set up thing was cool when you actually effing did it.
100%. Now, I think that this refers to Jade. We've seen Jade before. He said, you guys are like mouses in a maze after the cheese, and I'm the person who I'm the people like me are the one who placed the cheese. But y'all people just like mouses in the maze, just running around chasing the tree and everything else. Hector says when we go on a road trip, could be that. They could be leaving the town to go on a road trip and everything else.
Ooh.
Let's see. Foreman, he says, just for FYI, MGS sent the press an invite for the upcoming From Press Day and the first 2 episodes. Have they sent that out? I have not checked my email to see that. I usually don't watch the screeners when they send them to me and stuff, but I'll check my email and see if I usually get them, but I just don't watch them and stuff. It wouldn't be fair if I watched them and everything else. But
I love how you called him Foreman, like that 70s show. Listen, Foreman.
And all that stuff and everything else. But yeah, Mousetrap does sound like them. They're the mice, and this is the trap that's being set. Do you think this could be early on? I don't know how crazy they're gonna get if they're going to start whacking people right off the bat. You know what I mean?
Could listen, Foreman. Don't be a dumbass. No, I'm kidding. But could it also possibly mean? That's redundant. It could possibly mean that that something good happens to them in this moment, like they get the cheese, like they somehow it's a trap being set, but we think that it could be something good that ends up causing problems later on. Again, maybe reading too much into the concept of a mousetrap. But if we're thinking that the bad side of things are setting it up for our From people, then this could be
they're giving them the bait right now.
Exactly. This is the episode that they get the bait.
They get the bait for it. Could be a trap for the animals. Could be that. You know, I have a lot to say about the animals. Andrew West says that mousetrap, the bear trap, or when the monster has the hostage, could be that situation. If they're going to do that early, could be that they have to go out here. When we go, they go out looking for stuff. Then all of a sudden the bear trap thing happens that early.
Now, I don't want to stop too much for what I'm just going to call him Foreman, what Foreman had to say. But in the sense that they sent out these first 2 episodes, do you think something big happens in those first 2 episodes?
I think it's going to be a lot of stuff happening really fast.
In those first, something's good. I think this season, this is just my opinion. And again, it's really exciting. Tony was saying this when he first started out. We're in the season now. It's the season now until this is over. This is it. We don't have anything else. This is the season. But I think the season's going to be top heavy and then bottom heavy. At least that's how I would imagine that they're going to start out with a bang. They're going to want to come out and really, because you got a lot more people that are going to be tuning into this show that maybe have learned about it after the 2 seasons, and you really want to start things off. So it's hard. I would believe one of these first 2 episodes would be a big episode if they're sending those out as the screeners to the press people. Like they'll want to slap the proverbial television thing sausage across their face with one of those 2 episodes, right? I mean,
yep. I agree. Luna said mousetrap seems to indicate a consequence to something.
Yep.
It does. It's a mousetrap. Are they caught or are they setting the trap? You know, that's what we have to look at. Are they setting the trap? Is that what's going on here and everything else?
Hector says mousetrap is the eclipse.
I think you listen. That eclipse theory is holding weight here for episode 4, but we'll get there when we get
we'll get there in a second.
Yeah, number 3 is There and Back Again. It's got to be Tabitha, correct?
Yes, you know what There and Back Again also is, Tony? It's the name of the Hobbit story, or the name of Bilbo's version of the Lord of the Rings story. There and Back Again, a Hobbit story by Bilbo Baggins. So I know whatever for that's worth, the Hobbit thing, I don't think it necessarily has a factor in it, but it is worth mentioning that is the name of what Bilbo gives his story, There and Back Again, Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is definitely Lord of the Rings. And what does Bilbo Baggins do? He goes on the adventure.
Yep, goes in there. That could be the mission. The mission
he makes his way back with the sword and everything else. You know, so I would say that most likely, you know what I mean? It is because of that. It's got to deal with Tabitha.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That could be. Do you think we might get in maybe this episode a mostly all Tabitha episode? That's all in Tabitha.
I would love to get it all, but we have not seen that yet. You know what I mean? We have not seen it. Thank you, Rose Jones. I know several people who became fans solely from this channel. Not to know. Thank you so much for pointing that out. I truly appreciate it. I have a lot of people who told me straight up, I only started watching the show because you were covering it, and I love it and everything. And that's what I'm here to do. If I'm trying to put people on and stuff, different shows and everything else. And and that's what it was. But I would love to have a full Tabitha episode.
Yeah, and that might be the one. I just have to put this comment up because they made a Star Trek reference. Episode 2 title makes me think of when Geordie LaForge on Star Trek said, "Keep the cheese, let me out of the trap." Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I think. And episode 4, The Light of Day. Now, there's been a theory floating around. I do believe that it was made by, I don't know, Taryn Matheru. He's in the chat. I think it's his theory. I'm not sure. I'm going to credit him right now because that's where I heard it from first was him. So I think it's his theory saying that. I don't know if you heard the theory. What happens is that there's a solar eclipse.
Oh, yes. I remember him. Yep.
And then that is when the monsters come out and start
start coming out during
start
being
coming
able to,
out during the day during that. Well, it's not really day. It is day, but still eclipse, so it's the dark, which would mean, if they did do that, then do we have to assume that there is something with the sun with them, that they can't be out in the sun? Like you would have to start to assume that, right?
okay, there's two sides of that. You could either go the gremlins route and that I'm melting them, the sun does something bad to them or something, or you could go the whole concept of this whole thing being a game. And this is where I say I don't know, and I know science possibly could play into it with the talismans. I don't know if it's just a ghouls thing, like we have these up here, you can't touch me right now because they're up there. Like they just have to obey the rules somehow. And then maybe the whole thing that's just a way of tricking the rules. Like we can only come out when it's dark. It's still dark. Ha ha ha. So I don't know if it's a actual thing like the sun blocks them, or they have to recharge, or if that sort of opens up a loophole in the rules for them to be able to come out during the day.
Yeah.
Which I think is even cooler in a weird way, because then it's like, haha, we screwed you. We caused this eclipse and now we're coming out during the day or something.
Because I will say this, in season 1, you do see Fatima when she takes episode 2, she see her take Julie upstairs, and she says, if the higher up you go, even a nightmare becomes a dream. And they look out and they show the moon, and they should focus on the moon and the stars right then, right? So they have shown the moon in the show. It has been the focus of it one. So it makes sense that that could happen. I think that what happens, when we seen the Smile Monster at one point, we seen him laying out there in the sun. Everyone's expecting him to explode, but he is dead. He was dead. It was a dead vessel. So maybe because the vessel was dead, nothing happens to it when it dies. But in the daylight, when there's some type of life in it, this would bring up something there.
Do they go gremlins and melt like that? Or and the other thing about the eclipse, and I think I said this before too, Heroes did something with the eclipse situation where, they lost their powers when the eclipse happened, or they gained their powers when the eclipse happened. I do think the light of the day definitely has some fire, has some smoke pushing in Taryn's direction for that particular theory, because it does
seem like this is a great theory. That's a 100% great theory.
And couldn't the moon stop? You don't think? You believe that the flood won't be till next season, right? You don't think we're going to see flood?
Yeah, they're not gonna flood it with the snow. The snow could cause a flood, right?
Right. All the snow could quickly.
There'd be so much snow piled up when it starts to melt. All of a sudden, if it melts too fast, it causes flood. That's why a lot of time snow removal, you see them making sure they get it off the streets as fast as they can and dumping it in the river when they can to prevent the flood. So I think the flood would happen when the snow melts. So I think that would be next season. And this logistically for the budget, it's going to be too much for one season. For the budget.
That's an excellent point, Tony. This show's not doesn't have a Spielberg budget. Yeah. So, but light of the day. If they're in first of all, back to there and back again for 1 second. Yeah. If there is to be a Bottle Tabitha episode, I think that might be the one. And the light of the day seems to be, I guess, again, many different ways of interpreting that. But I think that seems to sort of hint that they can come out during the day. That in the light of the day, there's danger somehow.
Yeah, like that, like all this, like. So I see someone say, eclipse only lasts 5 minutes, so it doesn't really make sense. Regular eclipse, but this is being controlled, right? This is going to be a controlled eclipse. The people who made the rain out of nowhere. There was no storms brewing. It just rained, and all of a sudden it was a torrential rain with the wind. They seem to have control over this place, like under the dome type situation, like a
Truman Show, like
a Truman Show type.
There's an episode of Star Trek where they're on Risa, which is the pleasure planet, Tony. It's like the planet wherever it's like the Vegas planet, but it's really a rainy, disgusting thing. And there's an episode where Worf goes there and he's pissed off, so he hacks into the weather system and just makes the place all trashed. But again, they could just be some weather control system going on.
Yeah, so they could have it last as long as they want. And then we do see Donna. She does say in the trailer the game seems to be rigged.
Yep.
So that would be rigged. Everyone thinks they're outside all of a sudden. Then all of a sudden it just gets dark for no reason. And they're like, wait a second, it's dark for no reason. All of a sudden you see the moon go over it and it's an eclipse and now the monsters are out there. Not everybody, because if you go by the other episodes, right? And you say there and back again, right? Say that means, I think that means Tabitha, when we go, if they are out searching in the woods for food because all their food is destroyed and they're too far to make it back.
Yep.
Right? They're just too far. They're not like right in town where they can just go inside the house, close the door, and stick out their tongue. You know, if they're too far because they're out there doing that, you know what I mean? That could be a reason when Donna's aftermath. Donna's saying it's rigged and these people are dead. You know, we also do see, you know, this could be the end of Kenny's mom during this episode and everything else. It could be the end of a lot of things because they snuffed them on this one and everything else. You know what I mean?
Before we go away from there and back again too, if this is a Tabitha thing, does the title seem to say that she's back by the end of that episode?
You know, if this Tabitha, I mean, it would have to be, right?
Right. If it's a Tabitha bottle episode, does that, like, I'm not saying we're getting this. Maybe I'm trying to manifest it, but whatever. If this is even a big Tabitha, there's there and back again seems to mean, or it doesn't, to quote, it has to mean, no, it doesn't have to mean, it probably will mean that there is some sort of mission and a return of some sort.
Someone's going somewhere and now they're back. And you would think they're in the real world, back again in the shitty world. You know what I mean? That they made it there.
It seems like a Tabitha thing. It seems like a Tabitha
thing. It really
thing.
does. I mean, if it's not, it would definitely be very suspicious to me that they didn't do anything.
Tabitha.
No
Be happy, mostly insane. There you go.
We can move.
Tabitha.
It's a little bit bigger for some reason.
Oh wow, that's what she said, Tony.
Yeah, she should have fucked it.
You better.
Number 6, these fragile lives. What do you think? These, I mean, the human lives are fragile.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this might be the episode that we lose Kenny's mom.
Or the episode that they could have the
aftermath, the funeral,
but it could be the funeral and stuff, and all the people. This could be like when you hear Donna says, like, you know, how many you lost, you tried and you lost. You know, it could be a situation like that, like, oh, you tried and you lost, and this is what it is and stuff. You know,
this seems like one way or another, it's a sadder episode.
Yeah, it could be one of those situations. More likely to me, this is the aftermath of that, and it could be the funeral situation going on.
I think you're definitely right about that.
Thresholds could mean the same thing. It could be the same exact thing. You can't, your thresholds. I mean, thresholds are also, you know, places that you live and stuff, right?
I'm gonna say the thresholds is running out of the food. Like, we're out of food. I don't know why that screams out of food to me, but thresholds for some reason screams this is the episode that they assess that they're completely out of food.
They could just be ruining all the houses and saying that everyone in the colony house, we're going to tear down every house in the town, and now everyone's got to be in colony house. Now everyone's in that threshold. Now you all stuck there. You know, number 8 is Revelations chapter 1. Man, this is Father Cartery situation here. Yeah,
or just endgame battle kind of thing, like the end of the season, big battle or big thing that this is where we're going for it, Tony.
Yeah, it's part 1 and 2, right? It's chapter 1, they say chapter like.
Have they done that before? Is this our first 2-parter?
This is our first 2-parter episode in the show. You know, without a shadow of doubt. First one in the show, Revelations chapter 1 and Revelations chapter 2, two-part thing going on here. Does read, like, you know, Father Cartery said, it was weird that there was never any Bible inside this town out of all the books, but there was no Bible there. He had to write his own Bible from memory. He said that he thought that this was another chapter to the Bible, that what they were going through, that's what he thought it was. It might feel like, I mean, in Revelations, I'm not really adverse to it, so I have to go out and look and see exactly what Revelations
is. Revelations what Sam Jackson was talking about in Pulp Fiction?
I think so.
Half of the righteous man, is that Revelations or something?
Most likely, that's what it was.
You know, that's what I'm popping in my head, Tony.
Yeah. Or look, people said Revelations could be they enlighten us. It could be that you could finally get something that significant that you know what's going on by chapter 2. I don't know if they do it in chapter 1. But someone said, saying that Just Gina says it sounds like a From movie.
Yeah.
It does. It seems like it's a 2-hour movie just about. Hopefully these episodes are longer, these 2 ones. And then episode 10 is just titled episode 10. Now, I don't know if that means they didn't have it or they're saying episode 10.
Or something big happens in episode 8 and 9.
You know, I'm going to see. This is what happened last year. They put out the titles and it gave away what happened in one of the episodes. Remember, we did the recap and it gave it away. So maybe that this title will give away what happens in that episode. So they're just titling episode 10 right now to make sure that no one gets it.
Yeah, that it seems like something, whatever is going to happen in Revelations Part 1 and Part 2 is going to have big consequences for the episode 10 title.
Yeah, we got Phil A says the characters all have biblical names too. Yeah, I think Jade, Toby, Tabitha,
Jim's
everything. Everyone's name Jim.
Is Boyd a name in the Bible?
Know what I mean? Maybe. I'm not sure. We got a Golden Child says Revelations equal apocalypse.
It could equal be the knife. He's got the knife. Oh, sorry.
Just Gina says episode 10 should be named Crazy Horse. I listen. If you want to go the route with some that there's going to be some type of Native American tie-ins with this. I feel that and everything else and stuff. I think he's just guessing, Taryn. I just think he's saying it. Someone else is saying Caesarion from Percy from Rome.
That'd be good.
That's Rome and stuff and everything else.
Did we skip episode 5 from Downtown?
Huh?
From Downtown says we skipped episode 5.
Did we? No, we didn't. I mean, it's easy to fix if we did.
Let's see. Oh yeah, we did because we stopped at Light of the Day. It's and then we went right to 6.
I don't have episode 5 on the list. What is episode 5? 1 second.
But no, thank you so much. Who said that in the live chat? From Downtown, we appreciate it. Which great double name, From Downtown.
Yeah, From Downtown is an amazing name.
That's a really. I'm so silly that I find that super clever. But.
Yeah, episode 5 is Scar Tissue.
Scar Tissue.
Scar Tissue that I wish you saw. Episode 5 is Scar. I think maybe it's there, but the thing's not fitting in on
right,
the
it just got cut off. Yeah, it didn't get formatted.
Cut off from the bottom and stuff. But it's Scar Tissue is episode 5, which could mean, listen, if it's light of day and we're talking about the eclipse and all the casualties, Scar Tissue makes a perfect sense why they would be called that right after that.
Absolutely. Especially it could be a Chrissy heavy episode, like a medical episode in some way too, where she's treating somebody or trying to save somebody or just dealing with an autopsy of some sort, or some fucked up stuff. But Scar Tissue definitely is another one of those hanging on with horrible memories, holding on to the pain of the surgery.
Yeah, it could be, Scar.
Evelyn episode 10 with that one. Episode 10 is called Californication.
Episode 10 is called From Another World.
From Another World. I like that one.
That's what it's called. From Another World. That's what it's going to be, episode 10. Remember I said it. It's going to be From Another World. That's it. Or it's going to be called Go Home.
You can't stay here. Go home.
It's gonna be called Go Home or From Another World. It's gonna be something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, Scar Tissue is the aftermath of Light of the Day, and I do believe Light of the Day. Was Terrence saying Scar Tissue proves Fatima survives her first cesarean surgery and heals quickly. I don't know if they can. No, it's not mostly income. I don't know if they're going to heal. If she's going to heal that quickly. I think people do heal here quicker and everything else, but I don't know if they heal that quickly. RC said, "Love the chat from the From fans." So do I. Love everybody here and everything. And thank you again for rocking with me, even when people try to shut us down. Phil, they trying to shut us down. It's so funny though. They try, but it just don't work.
I think one of their soldiers is in the chat right now. Actually,
it just don't work. It can't. Episode 10 boat. I mean, listen. I think if they were going to do, it wouldn't be boat. It would be what do they call him? What's his name? Dr. Fish and Lobes.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Fish and Loaves. It would be like Fish and Loaves, I think, if they were going to refer to it as the boat scene. But again, I don't think that we get the flood this season. Flood will be next season.
Season 4, episode 1, Walt on a boat. It's gonna be that, and we're gonna see Miss Walt show up on the boat and save Michael.
Go ahead.
I'm just
take care of something. I'm going to keep going. I got to take care of this one thing over here real quick.
Okay, let me jump in the chat a little bit. Neil says, episode 10, Teflon enters. Yeah, maybe Tony filmed his cameo. Who knows?
Maybe so lucky.
We will see. Waitress had messages in scar tissue could be related. Absolutely. I mean, I think scar tissue. I wonder. Someone said crazy horse before. That just made me think of like Crazy Train and Ozzy. That's another thing I'm curious about that we're not talking about necessarily based around the episode titles, but something that I'm excited to see. This show has used music really well. Each season, there's selections of songs and certain moments playing on the jukebox, adding to the scenes. That's one of the things that makes this show so good is some of the music choices. So I'm also very excited to see how the music tells the story this season as well in association to some of these episode titles. I was saying that earlier at Atch. There and Back Again is the name of Bilbo Baggins' book in The Lord of the Rings. And it's hard for me to imagine, even if there isn't direct reference to that or anything that's sort of important within the show itself, it's obviously an intentional reference that they're making the making the Lord of the Rings reference there. And I wonder why. Is there someone said it in the chat earlier, Tony, is someone my precious something? Is someone being a little bit too precious with something and holding on to it? But who knows? So I do think it's real cool that they picked that. Let's see, Mr. Friedman, I missed that comment, but let me scroll back up and find you. What'd you say? Where is it?
I got to put it in a different folder in order to open it. Jeez, why do they make it so difficult? Let me get this folder open. So I want to show people stuff and everything else. Because I've heard a lot of people say some things, so we're gonna take care of that right now. All the naysayers, we're gonna take care of that right now.
If you could write it again, Mr. Friedman, because I've lost it in the chat. Dun, 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 dun. Debbie says, Phil, I'm concerned how we're going to get the music clues after Kenny destroyed the jukebox. That's a great point that I didn't think about, Debbie. Kenny is going to go all Breaking Bad Kenny and destroy that jukebox, as we saw in the trailer. So we might be scared of the music. The music might not actually, we might lose the music.
Trying to see if it went directly into this folder or not. Oh yeah, it did. All right, it's there. All right, so I can just open up this folder.
Maybe it's a reference to the Lord of the Rings, to the jump scare in the Lord of the Rings, because when it happens, he's writing the book. That's very possible. Tilly will make music.
Phil, is this on your screen right now?
It is, but the titles are over on top of it.
All right, let me see. I gotta turn that off. There. All right. Now I've heard a lot of people in the comment section, not this comment section, but other comment section, other YouTubers comment and say there has never been any reference at all to anything dealing with aliens in this show. Not one reference whatsoever. So therefore, because they never brought it up, there's no way that this could have anything to do with aliens. All right, Phil? That is the philosophy that people have said to me.
I heard it.
Not one time in this whole show's history have they ever brought up aliens. Now, is that what everybody believes in this chat right now? Are you agreeing with that statement that these other people said? There's not one time.
Mostly, like it's like, where's aliens? Aliens is coming out of nowhere. That kind of
thing. Like it's out of nowhere. Tony, why would you think aliens? What would be? It never even brought aliens up. Not one time. All right, now let the Don, who's the best at this, show you the deal. Now, right here, you can see there's a picture of Jim's wall. All right, And on this wall, he has written down. Now, if you solve everything on this wall that he's written down, and I have better shots of it, then you will solve everything that happens in front and everything in this wall. All right. And you zoom in, you can see he has a circle here. It says talismans. How many? Can we make them? How do they work? Creatures. Can they be killed? Does light kill them? Why? Where do they sleep?
I thought that said Tilly sucks. No.
Oh, these are all questions that the showrunners put down, and these are the answers that you have to. If you can solve these answers, this is when you understand everything. These are all the questions. You look on the top right over here. It says, "Where are we?" And it says on the top up here, why? What's that say? Why don't?
Let me get. I have to get my glasses.
He's talking about the animals. And he says, "Why don't they eat them?" Talking about the creatures. Why don't they eat the animals that they have there? All right. Again, talismans. Where do they come from? Old right here. Old uniform. Old uniforms. A dress. He says. Old dress on the bottom. All right.
Well, like, but that laundry question we've been asking for years. Like, how they have the old uniforms pristine?
Right. So if you look at these questions that he's trying to ask you, and I try to zoom in, show you people, this is what you have to solve. Now, again, let's go here. Now you can see all this, but there's a little spot on the top, right? You can't really make out that spot on the top, what he wrote there on the top. But here we have a better shot of the top, right? Of what he wrote there, and they hid that. So here you see he has crows, track, and then he has the road right here, right? He has a picture of the earth right here. Where are they? With a question mark, right? Dimensional portal he has underneath there. And then if you look all over here, he says creatures. And at the last word over there, what does that say, Phil? Can you see that? Right here on the top?
It says biologic aliens.
What does it say again, Phil? What does that say?
I think it says aliens.
Oh my God. Look at that. It says aliens.
With connected to the creatures.
Yes, aliens. Aliens. Right? Right there in the show, a reference that you're not supposed to see. Like you wouldn't see that unless you're me. Right? You wouldn't see that if it wasn't me. Now, what the proof is, and what I'm saying is that people have said that there has not been any references in the show to aliens, and it's spelled out for you right there. So that I'm not saying that everything is aliens, but I'm saying it's there. And the fact that they put that there, just like they put, biological not, and they put dimensional portals, they didn't just put that down there for anything. They didn't just put that there just to say, but you don't see any references to other things that people say are in here at all. But at least you have the words built right there. That is a question that Jim is asking about it. And I guarantee you, if you solve all these questions, and I'm going to do a video on every one of these questions, because the first video I did and everything else I just put out today was on one of these questions and stuff. So this is what it is. You put it on the board. That was his whole thing and everything else. Your emblem is blocking the word. You know the word. I ain't got to show you. Y'all see. I ain't removing it. You know what the word says. You know it. Come on, right? So what I'm saying is that it's there. All right. It says biological right here. Are they biological? Are they real? Aliens, creatures, right? And then it says dimensional portals right here, right? It says crows, something underneath I can't make out. So if I have it on my television set, because my television is 90 inches,
yeah, it's bigger.
I can read everything that it says. It's hard for me to read it right here. I have it clear and everything. I should have wrote it all down and stuff. but I can make out these words on my television and stuff. And
It looks like the writer's board, like like the writers would have in the background and all the information about the season.
But that's what he was doing when he was doing it. He did it specifically so that he put all the questions on the board so that, and you could find the piece. And when you find the piece, and you can see he's asking, why aren't there people from this continent? Why aren't there people from this continent? Why is it only people coming in
from North America,
the continent of America? That is why he has the question marks on this world map. Why aren't they there? These are questions that fans have asked. These are the questions that are on the board. And I'm guarantee you, these are all questions. There's no answers on this board. They're all questions. He's not answering. He's just putting the questions there. The questions aren't there just to be there, because if you answer these questions, dimensional portal, is that what's going on here? Is that what's it? Look, he has Victor's name right here. Victor with a question mark. All right? Specifically, Victor, question mark, next to dimensional portals and stuff. So Victor has a major role. What's going on with Victor? Why aren't people coming from different continents? And again, when you look all the way, and they try to hide it. Oh, went away. They try to hide it. They really do. They don't want you to see it. But when you go all the way to the side and you scroll all the way over, you can see the word aliens. Are we dealing with aliens there? So for all the people who said that there's no reference of aliens in this show whatsoever, there is your reference in ink, magic marker, right there for you. I don't think anybody who's ever covered this show has pointed that piece out to anybody, and that's it. You know what I mean? And that's really you may not like it. It's funny, it's funny, and just go. We got love for you and everything else, and you can say that if it's aliens, it's lazy. You can say that if that's the way you feel. But it's, to me, if you're enjoying the show, what would it matter if it was aliens? What would it matter? How would that change the show? If you've enjoyed this show all this time, then all of a sudden they find out that aliens have something to do with it. Oh, this show sucks. Oh, all the seasons I enjoyed is ruined because of aliens.
I think even you, Tony, like if it wasn't aliens for whatever reason, as long as it's good, that's all you care about.
No, I was wrong, and it is what it is. That's just the way it goes. It's not aliens. It's a bloodline curse dating back to the Salem witch trial. I totally disagree with you, Hector. We shall see. In the end, I totally disagree with that. I don't think it has anything to do with a bloodline curse. I don't think it has anything to do with magic whatsoever.
Now, Tony,
put that out there. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Go ahead.
Mr. Friedman's been trying to ask this for a while. Can you ask Tony if he can show the alternative from season 3 poster that Harold P posted on Instagram? It shows one of the village cannibals that wasn't shown in the trailer in the upper right.
I haven't seen it. Can you?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet. Let me
try to grab it on the thing. If Phil can grab it, then we'll definitely show it for you. Haven't seen it.
Is there any way, and if you send it in the chat, it will be like a frozen message or something, but if you have it, a link to it, send a link to it in the chat and I can click on it and I'll allow it as a mod. So if you have a link to that, Mr. Friedman, send it in the chat.
And it says how talismans fill in this alien theory. I can't tell you everything, all right? I can't tell you everything. That's like me saying this to you, Anna, real quick. How does magic have to do with electricity running through the town without wires?
Yeah.
I've never seen any magic do that before, unless you're talking about some ickety boppity boop type situation, right? If you're talking about that, but how would that have to do with magic? Having electricity, why would they have the wires going down there with nothing inside of the wires and everything else? That to me, 100%. It's and again, let's not forget what the show is. It's called the sci-fi horror. That's what it's titled as. That's what it's known. It's a sci-fi horror, not a fantasy horror. Sci-fi horror. That is the purpose of Jade. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Jade's purpose, and I said it in the video, Jade's purpose is he is the pseudo-scientist in this place. He is the one who's going to figure out exactly what's going on, right? Exactly what's going on, what people perceive to be magic, and stuck in a magical land with all of these monsters. Jade's not going to accept that. He's going to find the scientific equation to prove exactly what it is. And that's what it is. What people perceive to be magic usually is some type of science. That's what it usually goes down. You know what I mean? That's just the way it goes. So when you see Jade in there and he's figuring things out and he's like, oh, how are these people coming from all this one place? It's not magic that's getting them there. It's some type of technology that's doing it. Ms. Smith, thank you for super chat. He says, Tome, is the lighthouse a dimensional portal? Who is studying who? The aliens studying us? Or are we studying the aliens? So the lighthouse could be a dimensional portal. 100%. 100%. And again, we see on the board, he put dimensional portal, right? That's what he's thinking. Is there some type of dimensional portal? And if so, does aliens have anything to do with it? Now, whether it's aliens studying humans, I don't know, or humans studying aliens, I think the twist would be that the aliens are captured there too. The aliens are captured. They're the ones communicating with Sarah. They've been stuck. And the humans have captured these aliens and they're running tests on them. And they're using this technology they got on this town to see exactly how it works and what they have to do with people.
And you think the boy in white could be the person keeping the aliens there?
The boy in white is Victor.
So you could think Victor could be our big
Victor,
bad.
Yes, I do believe Victor. Listen, he put Victor's name on there with a question mark up there for a reason, right? He ain't put nobody else's name in the town up there, but he had Victor's name on there with a question mark. You know what I mean? So yes, Victor is the big bad in this whole situation and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. As Rose Jones says, magic shows are not considered science fiction. They are not. They are not. Not at all. The show is called a science fiction horror. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? And Debbie, Victor, your sweet boy. Victor ain't no sweet boy. The guy's got a gun in his lunch pail.
He's eating his peaches. He's a nice guy. He's
got a gun in his lunch pail.
Oh,
See,
he's eating
something could have happened, Victor. I can't remember why. You know, in Severance, right? The lady couldn't remember who she was when she was putting in until the end, and she remembered everything, right? And then she realized what the fuck was going on in this whole situation. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Jessica O, I bid you to do this, Jessica O, because you said it doesn't make sense. Please, there's a telephone number, 518-290-0848. Please jump on, give us a call, and let us know why to you it doesn't make sense, and maybe we can work this out. I don't have all the answers. All right, I'm not, as Kanye would say, right? You don't have the answers, Sway. Sway, I don't have all the answers. I didn't write the show. All I go through is what the show shows me. And what the show has shown me is that aliens will have something to do with this. I believe that's going to be the case when it's all said and done. 100%. There will be aliens in this show when it's all said and done. I almost guarantee it, but I am confident that you're going to see that and everything else. 100%. Call 518-290-0848. The phone line's open. If anyone has any questions and everything else, Victor, listen, he's Kaiser Sosa. He's pulling the Kaiser Sosa on you. Don't get fooled.
I know you. I've said this before. I know you haven't seen Squid Game. He's the Squid Game situation too. And a couple people in the live chat have made some comments tonight about Lost. Do we think that there's any references to Lost in it during the season? Excuse me. I'm going to do a separate. I know Tony hasn't watched that, but I'll do something on my channel, like a live stream, and talk about Lost connections or something. So we'll try to figure that out, because there are some, but I don't think there's any direct connection. I just think there's some passive references.
Jessica O says she loves us, but she's not going to call in. There's no thing you calling in. We ain't trying to roast you, or please don't ever think that's the case. I'm just trying to. If you don't know what makes sense, I would just like to hear what you don't. Maybe we could figure this out together and everything else. Taryn Mather, he says, Tony, a question: if the show devolves into time travel to multiple historical timelines and Tabitha is hunting historical artifacts in the real world, would it still be aliens for you? Or 100%?
Indiana Jones.
If you deal with time travel, and I just did a video about wormholes, one of the number one things that you do in wormholes is you're able to travel back in time. So if you are dealing with time travel, it's definitely to deal with some type of wormhole situation. And still that technology does not exist for human beings. So who would have that technology to do that? People say they have technology to do it right now. The aliens right now, that's how they're able to travel so fast and around. So yes, it would still have to do with aliens to me. As for Tabitha hunting for historical artifacts, I don't know if she is. It doesn't seem like she is from what I'm seeing. But if she is, that still doesn't change that equation at all. You know what I mean? Not whatsoever. That's just what it is. That's just the way it goes. So we'll see. You know what I mean? Oh, all right. She's like, I'm not worried about any of you guys. All right. There's no need to get. We're just not like. I don't want you to think bad, like we're trying to set you up or anything. Don't think that at all. That's all. We ain't saying that we are such skilled orators that we could disrupt. We ain't like that. Don't think we're trying to say it like that. If that's the way it's coming across. What I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to embarrass anybody or anything who does call in. All I'm trying to do is just get people to figure out what's going on. And that's it and everything else. No biggie. We good on that and everything. Muhammad says, Tony, I was hanging out with Gray Area. We were playing Warzone 3. My brother from it's amazing. Yeah, she's a big gamer, Gray. Shout out to my girl Gray. She's a big gamer. She likes doing all that good stuff and everything. I only play the Oculus, and right now, if you want to play me on the Oculus, you'll have to go to Demio Battles. And in fact, if I hit, this is what I'm going to do. When I hit 100,000, I'm going to hit. I'm going to say if I'm going to hit 100,000. All right, we're almost there. I will either give away an Oculus or I'll give away a Bartesian cocktail maker. We'll have a poll of which y'all rather me give away, and we're going to give it away to. We're going to give one away to the members, and we're going to give another one away to everyone who subscribed. Right. So if you're a member, you have a better chance of winning because you're a member. We're going to do it strictly for the members, and it's going to give away. It's either going to be an Oculus or it's going to be a Bartesian cocktail, which I have. And anyone who ever comes over my house, I am the star just for having that machine that makes these mixed drinks. It makes over 90 different mixed drinks. And let me tell you something like that. But yeah, you could also you could play Demio Battles on the PC too. It's on there. So if you ever want to play Demio Battles or something like that, come on in and check your boy. Come check out and everything else. And I said, yeah, listen, Kogosh, I enjoy my Bartesian. I do too, girl. I do too, 100%. I don't even really drink, but I got a kind of entertaining type of a house. You know what I mean? Like it's set up like that. I got the pool table, I got everything, got the bar room, got all that. So it's always good to shorties come over here and whatever want to hang out. They need a little drinky drink. I got the drinks for you, girl. I got whatever you want. You know what I mean? I got you. I got you. All you do is you drinking beer, goddammit. Or you can have some of the Hennessy Pure White, the Pure White Henny. Yeah, I can have that. And everything else. But yeah, that's what it is and stuff. Let me go back to are we still presenting? No, we're not presenting right now. Oh, I don't have the thing hooked up right now. My bad. Let me. I have to hook it up. I don't have it.
I think I have it hooked up. If we want to, I'll put my number in the chat.
You want to put your number up?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, we're gonna use Phil's number to call in. So call in on Phil's number because I don't have mine hooked up right now. Jason Ace, thank you for the gifted membership. Truly appreciate it. Listen, we have almost 200 people watching us now. We are still the most popular from series on YouTube. The Don Tony Teflon, Fill the Issues guy. He's over there. Fill the Issues guy, escaping from podcast. We're still number one. They can't stop us, man. Try.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
They
fun.
can't. Right there, 781-990-8509. Call in and speak to us about anything that you said. Have you had any chance of finding that picture?
The process is being worked through. Jackie C is getting on it right now with it's going to be sent in the Discord. I'm not sure if I have access to the Discord right now, but I will.
What Discord is this? Our Discord?
Our
from Discord?
Discord, I believe.
Escaping from what? Was it from Harold?
I guess it was on Harold's Instagram, possibly. There is and we have another gifted membership from Jason H. Thank you, Jason H. And the gift membership was to From Enthusiasts. And we've got a call from Tony, the voice of 916.
Oh.
Welcome to the show, voice of 916.
Well, hello. I called the other number and it just kept ringing, so I was trying not to take it personal.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't have it hooked up. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, based on the episode titles and the trailer that we saw, when we see how people are responding, how they're kind of breaking down and going through all the changes and trying to exist in Fromville, which episode do you think that will be the focus on? Which title would go with that?
I'm sorry, Phil. I didn't have a chance to look. Can you please repeat? I was looking for this picture. I'll stop now and pay attention. Can you please repeat yourself? I apologize.
Plus, we're just distracted by your voice, you know?
And we'd like to hear you talk.
Yeah, we want to make you say it again.
Okay. When we see on the trailer how we see Donna kind of breaking down, and we see Boyd in the barn, and we see Victor peeking as the body is being brought back to town. Which episodes do you think coincide with those events?
Yeah, I do believe that will be These Fragile Lives, episode 6
and 7,
and Threshold 7. So I would say episode 6, because episode 5 again is Scar Tissue. Now it's showing up on the shit now, Phil. Now it's showing.
Yeah, now it got bigger, Tony. It got bigger.
Yeah. So the voices are what do you expect?
Yeah, exactly.
The Light of the Day is number 4, and number 5 is Scar Tissue. So I would assume that Scar Tissue makes sense for it, and so does the number 6. So, but most likely, I would probably say episode 5, Scar Tissue, the damage after everything went down.
Yeah.
Okay. And last we saw Victor too, he was trying to figure out some things. He was measuring the distances between the trees, and he was starting to ask himself a lot of questions about trying to remember. How do you think that'll manifest in the season?
How did it play out with by him measuring the trees?
By him, trying to figure out things based on his lost memories. How he's kind of blacked things out. How do you think that's going to show up in the series, in the season?
I think it's going to show up bad. He's going to remember he's doing some
right, Tony. I wanted to add a little bit of an addition to her question and go. Do you think this is a Total Recall thing where Quaid doesn't know that he's the boy in white, or he's the bad situation? Yes. Like he's gonna be uncovered. Like, oh my god, I'm the dude. Like he's gonna freak out when he realizes it.
100%. It's going to be that he's going to realize that he is the bad person here, and he's got to die for these people to go home. And I think that's what he's going to have to figure out when it's all said and done with him.
Right.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. And I like this number. I feel like I can actually hear your voice.
Yeah, Phil's number's better than mine. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. That's why I'd rather use his. But he ain't here every day, so when he's not here, I have no choice but to.
Or I show up late and then it's
to the bootleg line. We do the bootleg line when it's for me and everything else.
Okay. Well, I won't hold you up because I know a lot of people have a lot of questions. I love your theory. I love your theories, and your last video on point. Don't let nobody tell you any different.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
So, yes, you both stay sexy.
Ooh.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Ooh.
Bye. That.
Damn.
Yeah. She should do my whole book. She should just read my whole book, my audio version of my book. She should just do it. It would be amazing if she did it. That would be great.
She would do a great job. I'd be
Oh,
like,
no, that especially because the main character is a black female woman. So I think that she'd be able to pull it off and do. Maybe I could talk to her about it. See if we could see what that price would be, how much that would be, and everything else like that.
I got
That's
Cujo.
not true. Let me see. South London, I don't see any monsters of color in the show. One of them said no. There was a black girl. If you look at when they raided the mansion, there was a black woman that came down those steps. There was a black woman that did come down those steps. So there was a black girl who was definitely there. You go back and see them coming down the steps, you'll see that there's a black woman that does come down the steps also. See, Rick, thank you for the super chat. He says, Tony and Phil, which season do you think the meaning of title from will be clear? Thanks and love the podcast. Phil, it could be this episode 10.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, do you think it really?
Now remember, it's called From Here, but it's called Origins overseas.
Right. So I know some people don't want to talk about it. Some people do like talking about the comparisons, Tony. The Lost reference thing. One thing about Lost, because I know you haven't really watched it, but like each episode doesn't just have the moments on the island, like in the town. It also flashes over, for the most part, with flashbacks of the people's lives. Do you think we'll ever get any more information or flashbacks of what these people's lives were before Fromville? And that's the biggest difference between the two shows in setup. We don't get a lot of backstory for these people. In Lost, for instance, every episode in the first couple of seasons was exploring what got these people here, like the reasons why they ended up on the island. We don't really see that so as much in the From stuff. We get the posters. We got a couple moments here. Do you think they ever go more down that road for the origins thing, like how these people got there? I don't think so, personally. I think they're going to skip that shit.
I don't know how if they do it. It would be good for a spinoff, right? If they end this show and they want to have a spinoff, then I think so. But I don't know if they actually go down that route.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
I don't think they really have to. So they don't really have. I think the only flashbacks we've seen so far is Boyd coming into town and explaining his backstory of how he got to town, of a full flashback scene, which we had to see that.
And his wife. We saw the stuff with his wife, which we had to see.
Yeah, I think giving up the name of the show may spoil the show. So I think it could be during the end and everything else. I don't know if it will be that. What's that number? The number ain't 718, right? Area code?
It's at 781-990.
Yeah, 781. Jackie, she put 718. That's from Queens.
I believe we have KP. How's it going, KP?
I am well.
I'll be right back. I'm going to film my drink.
All right.
I'm enjoying the discussion. You know, I don't have any answers for the From situation. I was just enjoying the discussion. But whether it's aliens or not,
yep.
I think it is beside the point. I think there are ways to do aliens well. I think there are ways to not do it as aliens and have it be well done. So I'm not too concerned about that, to be honest. Like I always sing and hit Teflon about the alien stuff and make jokes about it. But like really and truly, it could very well possibly be aliens. I don't know. The only thing is I don't feel it going that way. But like, what the fuck am I feeling? Fuck my feelings.
But you did see the picture I posted that they have aliens. They have brought up aliens in the show, right?
Yeah, well, as they have explicitly discussed aliens in the show. Yes,
they haven't talked about it, but it was brought. But it's brought up. I'm saying that real quick, Kay. I'm saying people who have said like this, say Greek mythology. there is no sign that they've ever said or written anything about a Greek mythology. But people run with that theory and say it's a valid theory.
That-
And then people said my theory wasn't valid because they've never said or brought up in the show. And now I'm showing proof that they did bring it up in the show. People just didn't catch it.
Listen, there is no doubt that aliens is a possibility. Apart from what you just pointed out, it has been discussed in the show as like a by the way thing. Often. Not often, but like 3 or 4 times. You know, we have people saying the word aliens and asking about it. And asking about, is this really alien stuff? Is it, you know, people have just said that in the show. So like, I think that's a stupid argument. There's that. Well, if it's not a Greek myth, because they haven't discussed Greek myths in the show, then it can't be aliens because they haven't discussed aliens in the show. It's like, even if they didn't discuss aliens in the show, it can't be Greek myths because like nothing about this even points in the direction of Greek mythology. A lot of this, even if there wasn't a mention of aliens, a lot of this weird shit we've seen TV shows and movies where a lot of weird shit happens, and it happens to be at the end of the day, it's because of aliens. Like I don't know if you guys ever saw that show that the girl from Avengers, the Russian spy girl, what's her name?
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson.
Uh-huh.
Scarlett Johansson had a movie where she was in a human person's body, a very sexy human lady's body, and she was seducing random men into coming to her spaceship, and like she would give them like sex dreams, and then she would like either bang them or like whatever, and eventually like I believe she ended up killing them at some point. Like it was very, very weird, right? But like it was clearly alien. So I don't remember that movie, but there's a lot of talk about that movie that, you know, maybe it wasn't aliens, maybe it was some stuff that was going on her mind. No. It was clearly alien. So let's not be retarded about it and say, oh no, it's not aliens because it can't be aliens. It can very well be aliens. And if it is aliens, there's a way to do aliens well that we'll enjoy it. So like I just wanted to make that clear. You said that Jade was Tony, you said that Jade was the pseudo-scientist in the group.
Yes, he is.
Was that like did you misspeak, or is it that like you really think he's a pseudoscience?
I'm saying he is not a scientist like educated. He's more of a computer tech. But in this show, he is their scientist, their resident scientist. Just like Chrissy is not a doctor, she's a nurse, but she is their resident doctor, right? Boyd is not a sheriff, right? But in this town, he's their resident sheriff. So when I say it, that's what I mean. But when I say it, but KP, your time has run out. We have a couple other calls we gotta get to. Call back. Hey, good day, Callaway. Good day to you. Callaway. Thank you for the call, KP. We truly appreciate it. We truly appreciate a call back. Now, I've seen the picture on Harold's things but I don't see it being any different than what. I don't know if it's a different picture. He said we get a different look at these cannibals. It must, because there's no cannibals on this picture that I'm seeing at all. So I don't know. Maybe it's a different one, but on his Instagram, from what I see, the last post that he put up with a picture from that was there, I don't see anything unless I'm looking at a different picture, something I'm not seeing here. So maybe someone else can show me something different because I don't see it in here at all. what's this saying that person over there doesn't really look like. I don't know, unless it say, oh, someone can get the picture for it, and we'll pull it up and everything else and all that. Yeah, we got over 200 people up in here rocking with us. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for your boy. You got people trying to take us down, trying to destroy us and everything else, and we gotta make sure you hit that thumbs up button for your boys up there.
Mr. Friedman says the cannibal is in the far upper right corner of the.
All right, that's what I looked at, and I was gonna say, is that the cannibal itself? All right, let me see if I could screenshot it and just put that and see if I can get a better picture of it.
Cool. Either way, you should still log in and join the Discord, but Tony looks like he might be able to grab it right now.
I'm gonna actually just see if I can just focus on that one picture that he's saying.
So do you think the food shortage is going to lead to cannibalism, or that there's another group of people out there?
I think there's another group of people out there.
The others are out there and they're cannibals.
Let me run it through my machines, my spice up machines, and see if I can spice it up, make it better quality than it already is.
Here's a fit. Tony JC says, I enjoy the podcast, especially KP calling, even though I don't watch the show. KP is awesome. He's, like we've said before, talk radio needs people like KP, and he keeps the show fun. So
100%. It wouldn't work without KP. Yeah, I'm going to have to enhance it. Let me enhance this picture, and after I enhance it, and then I'll put it right here on the screen. And I just took the one clip, but yeah, I think you could be on it. It does, I thought when I first seen it that it was a monster. I got this right by the microphone for some stupid reason.
I had to turn down the volume. I was like, wait, do I have something on
it right here, right by the mic when I'm looking at it and stuff? But yeah, I have the picture and everything else. Yeah. No, there's definitely some type. If you want to call them cannibals, you call them cannibals. But there's the people in the cabin in the woods. Is definitely something. Everything else, something's going on. Right?
It goes a little something like this. Motherfucking Vermithor.
Sorry. The bear trapped boys is cannibals, and maybe they have trapped a slow walker. That one of the things I didn't see on the board, Tony.
Yeah, this is definitely something.
Is this something?
It's something I've never seen before. So
I want to see some traps. I want to see some damn traps.
There's definitely something with this person. It's not what I thought it was. It's definitely someone different and everything. So, but I enhanced it. So sometimes the enhancement could, add things that really ain't there, I think. But I don't know about this. It's definitely something. We're going to pull it up in a second. I'll have it for you in 1 second. I promise you. Just give me
People are asking for a Carla music drop.
A Carla music drum?
Oh, yeah, they want the song. Oh, we got another call, though, from area code 347.
Let's put all right.
Area code 347, what's going on?
Hi, Phil. This is Rose.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing. I have a question in regards to Fatima's pregnancy. Do you think it would be an accelerated pregnancy since wounds seem to heal faster on the show? Do you think that she will be pregnant for like 4 or 5 months and then boom, here comes the baby? Or do you think it's going to be a tragic end like other people theorize?
I think it's going to be a quick pregnancy. I don't know what the correct terminology is. I feel like an asshole saying, the gestation period, but I think it's going to be like really quick. How about you, Tony? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that it's going to be a really fast pregnancy. 100%.
Okay. Yeah, I got money on it. I'm part of a little gambling community.
Ooh.
I'm doing scratch right now. So
are you
if
getting?
I hit big, I'm gonna get some memberships away like I did before.
Are you getting odds on it? Like what kind of odds are you getting on that one?
It's a betting fantasy football, all types of stuff and whatever. But I got some scratch also on the low from somebody. So
I'm the greatest fantasy football player you've ever met.
You know what I mean? Fell off the truck.
Good luck to you, my fellow gambler. Yeah, I'm a poker player, but I like to have a little more control. But I get it.
All right, thanks, guys. Love you.
Love you too. Peace. Good call.
Huh?
Good call. I love that. I love those fantasy like betting pools for television shows and stuff.
100%. I am in fantasy football every year. Got a group that I'm in there with.
I actually
Uh,
joined a fantasy survivor league one year and played for that. Area code 772. 772. Who are you? Where are you calling from? And what's your question?
Hey, it's Mika.
Oh, hey, Mika. How's it going?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing good. How are you? I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get this thing up here real quick. I got the picture. I'm gonna add it. Go ahead. Keep talking, Mika. Do you think?
You know, I finally saw the trailer today. It's the first time I've seen the whole trailer, and and I've missed the show a couple of times, so I've missed all the theories and stuff like that. So if I'm like talking about something that you guys already talked about, I'm sorry, but I was wondering if you guys saw the shot where Victor was laying there and someone was about to put a sheet over him, or was that an old shot from the monster when they killed the monster?
I don't know if I've seen that shot. They put a
Yeah,
sheet on top of Victor.
Like they were trying to kidnap him or something?
Yeah, like Victor was laying on the ground. You know what? I have to check it because I was looking for the trailer and I think I had thought I found it and I ended up being on some Indian girl's YouTube channel. So maybe she was just showing pictures from before the trailer. So let me get back to you on that one. And then have you guys discussed the possibility about, remember when Jade was laying there with the Okui children?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And he looked up and saw the symbol. Do you think maybe, I still think I'm claiming there's an Earth 2 or something. And they're trying it out.
I definitely believe that there could be a parallel universe thing going on here. I've said it before that they could kill these people and then bring in the parallel version and just keep running the test over and over and over again.
And also, what do you guys think they're going to do about the hunger thing? The no food.
I think that they're going to go out. They're going to go
repeating.
out in the woods and search for new food supplies and then die and then get captured. That's where Christy will get captured by these new cannibal people.
All right. Did your book come out yet, Tony?
Not yet. Hopefully within a week. And I keep saying it. Saturday, I just got to buckle down and finish it. I got 5 chapters, just 5 quick chapters. It's not big edits. It's just little tiny edits and stuff. That's all. But and then it's done. I should be able to get it up next week.
Awesome. And Phil, your band's going okay?
Excuse me?
Is your band going okay, Phil?
Yeah, going good. We're recording our new song right now. Should be out in a couple months.
Awesome. Well, I just want to check in with you guys and miss you guys.
We love you, Mika. We love you. Thank you.
And I can't wait for the season and it's gonna be a fun season talking about the shows every week.
Me too. All right, guys. You guys have a good night, all right?
You too, my friend. Take care.
All right, people have asked for it before we put the picture up. People have asked for it. Carla Way, take us away. All right, people have asked about this comment. Jessica. Oh, I don't understand, Jessica. Oh, I understand you just being funny. I don't get it. I don't get it. I can't call it. I don't know. All right. Let's take a look at the picture. Here it is.
Ooh.
Now that's the bet. That's me sharpening the picture up and everything else, and it's all blurry. And that other thing, you really can't see it. You know what I mean? But that's what it is. That's who it is on the top of the tree. Now this is a person I've never seen before. He's dressed very distinctly, and everything else there. Yeah, this is if he's in the promotional photo, this is definitely something. This is definitely something going on here.
Looks like Martin Scorsese watching from the back. Did he direct an episode? But no, he definitely looks like creepy and that's in the background. I've never seen that character before.
Yeah, no, it's on the thing. It's so it's you know what I mean. But it is something going on there with it. I mean, his clothing is very unique. Bald hair. I need more time to analyze the picture and everything else. I need more people analyzing. I think what happens usually people think that when I play the song at the end. So maybe people thought that I was ending because I was playing the song. Usually it's at the end. So if we lost some people, oh well, we'll catch it next time. Maybe they'll come back and everything else. Carla is a part of the channel, so we play a song whenever we want to play it, and that's it. Maybe they can go get something to eat and come back, and that's what it is. You know what I mean?
I'll play a song too.
Yeah, we still good.
We just play music, yeah.
We still good in this hood right here. That's just the way it is, and everything else. Someone said, "Is it Ben from Lost?" I don't watch Lost. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it doesn't look like Ben Linus, but he does have that creepy look that Ben Linus. Ben Linus was the first character we met of the others on the island. So that's why I don't know if that person's making reference like this might be the first one of the cannibal people and the other people we learn that are in the Lost Land.
People say why from the upside down tree. I think upside down, when we see the upside down trees and everything else, I think that's a point to different dimensions, to parallel universes. That's every time I see the trees and they show them from the top and you're looking down and everything else, it always makes me feel parallel universes. That's why they show the two trees, one the right side way and one the other side, you know, like the mirror dimension and everything else. That's what I always
and it's also, I don't know if this matters with them flipped upside down, but we've also pretty much confirmed that the trees move, right?
I mean, that's what Victor's saying.
Yeah, I believe him. I believe him, Tony. He's measuring that shit. He's not making that up.
Yeah, you know, the trees are moving. I guess the trees are moving. Again, they're not really, it's not all the trees that are moving. Again, it may not just be the trees that's moving. It could be the ground or the place that's on that's making it look like the trees are actually moving. He's not the dude that sat on the bus. No, he's not. He's definitely a new character.
Yep, new guy.
Carla Way says it looks like the three-eye wave, and it does in a sense. It does look like that. He's definitely a new character. It's definitely someone we haven't seen before.
Definitely Targaryen.
Yeah, and he's small, and it's really blurred out. If I showed you the original version of it really blurred out, you really couldn't see it. You know what I mean? And everything. A lot of the older clothes that we see are from the 70s. A lot of the things that we see. We don't really see a lot too far past the 70s and everything else. A lot of this is from the 70s. So I don't know. I got to really look at it and to really form a better opinion of it. But that's the picture. Thank you for the person who put us on to that.
Mr. Friedman.
Mr. Friedman, truly appreciate that 100%, man. 100% truly appreciate.
I'm gonna go all Breaking Bad in a second here to get this fly in this room.
He looks like Jason Voorhees when he was dragging the people in the pool, in the water. I would agree.
Is that egg from Dunkin' Egg? I think it definitely looks Targaryen. This is from area code 360. Area code 360. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's up? This is from downtown.
Hey, what's going on? Great name from downtown. That's
100%.
Great name.
Oh yeah. I had a question about You know, when we were talking about Victor and how the trees are moving,
Yep.
in the latest trailer, we saw him counting steps with a shovel, and then he starts to dig. What do you think he's digging up?
What is he digging up? I mean, the only thing that we've ever seen him stash
Peaches.
are pictures.
No, peaches, Tony. Peaches.
Yeah, he got cans of peaches he stashed in there.
Yeah,
They
he's
dig
stashing
down if
cans
you
of
need them,
peaches.
emergency backup.
Yup.
Listen, it could be people are starving up in there. It could be, but I would say it would have to do something with a box with some type of drawings. That's what I would predict.
Gotcha. Okay.
Shorty says a gun. Could he be?
Nah, he already has one of those.
Yeah, he got that. He don't need to stash that in the
Yeah, he already packing that heat.
Jimmy Hoffa. No, says Hector. No, I don't think it's Jimmy Hoffa.
Oh, yeah, but hopefully we'll find out soon.
Yeah, I think that the Victor storyline has to come to a head soon. Like, you can't just have this guy acting like he can't remember. He said specifically to Sarah that he needs to remember. Why do you need to remember? You see, that's what it comes down to in the end. I have a whole theory about it. I was going to put it in another video, but I'll talk about it tonight also. You know what I mean? The last time we seen two cars come there, you know, they never say exactly who was in those two cars or anything like that. I think the last time two cars came there was when the dude in the pictures that Jade seen, that guy, I think he was in the second car. I don't think he's supposed to be there. And I think that Jade is in the second car. I think it's a parallel event that's going on here. And that's what it is. Like the same thing that happened to Jade with the two cars. They came for the same reason because they would be able to figure it out. But that guy wound up going crazy. Jade will not go crazy. He will actually figure it out and everything. But I think he came in the second car.
Yeah, and Victor said that hasn't happened for a long time. So
no, that's the only time it ever happened.
Right.
Okay. So just those two times. So
cool.
It's not premeditated. It's not by design, right? The second car is getting in there. Someone else is bringing that car, and then the main people and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys letting me call in. And for my 40 and over club, that kid in the picture looks like Jason Voorhees on part 1.
He does. He definitely does. Thank you from downtown.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Peace out, brother. Thank you for calling.
Great call.
Then we got all our people back. All the people we got them all back. We're all back up in here. We over 200 strong up in this piece. We still doing everything else like that.
Original Teddy, I do want to introduce this. I love the show right up until the end of season 2, but the finale has me worried. The opportunity is there. I just don't trust today's writers and directors. It's too easy to mess up shows. We've said this before, but the only thing that gives me a lot of confidence is Harold is one of those guys, actors that he's fought his battles. He's done his amazing shows. This is the show that he's like the main guy, but he's been on some great shows and some shows that have failed at the end. And he has said repeatedly that I know how this ends and I wouldn't have signed up if I didn't like it. So I'm kind of trusting him that he likes it and his test, his like detector test that he wouldn't do this thing if it was crap on a stick, the way that they're going to finish this off. So I am more confident than you are, Original Teddy, but I feel what you're saying because it's more shows than not haven't stuck the landing. It's tough to stick the landing in a mystery box kind of show. And I have a good vibe about these writers that they're going to do it. And some people might be pissed off. Some people might not get what they want, but I think it's going to be a satisfying way that they conclude this. I really do.
What's good, Teflon? Do you think Victor's sister could be the woman that runs Colony House and neither of them remember? What do you mean, Donna?
Do you think that
Victor's sister, Donna?
It could be the.
Nah, I don't think you're saying that Donna is them. No.
No, Donna's not Victor's sister.
Nah, Donna is definitely not Victor's sister. I cannot abide out. You know, a lot of people they say, you know, Eloise. I mean, Eloise got a name. He's Eloise. That Donna, you know, Donna's got a name. Eloise has got a name. Donna's got a backstory. Eloise has got a backstory. You know, it's just no way that's her. I think Donna could be a scientist. She could be a mole in there, and she could be a plant. you know, if you want to say that Eloise has something to do with it on the outside world, and she's also participating in keeping them there, I would not say I disagree with that at
Certainly
all.
possible.
You know what I mean? But it's, as for being blood relation, that's not just like, I don't believe that Tabitha is Eloise. I don't believe that theory. I don't believe Donna is Eloise. Everyone want to be Eloise. Also, who's all these people are Eloise?
It's a nice name.
Donna is Fatima's shop. Now, who was? They said that Elgin was Fatima's and Elsa's.
Yeah, kid grown up.
That was their kid grown up. It was Elgin. He's too dark, bro. His hair too kinky. It wouldn't work. That's not the way black people have babies. It don't look like that when you have that combination right there. Would never. Not with a half white black guy and an Iranian woman is gonna have a dude darker than me. No, not a chance. Not a chance.
Season 2, monsters tormented the female victim pinned to a tree. This season, we see that the monsters have captured and possibly tortured someone. Do you think that the monsters and their methods are evolving? Yes. And I'll throw this to Tony in a second, but I definitely think the level is going to be turned up. If this is a game and they were at the beginner level, we're going up to advanced in a second here. What do you think, Tony?
Yeah, see, everyone was comfortable, right? You seen they show in Colony House when Julie is there and everything. You see the big girl riding the guy during the night, sleeping. Everyone's smoking weed. Like when she first walks in there, you see people just sitting around smoking weed, playing the piano and the organ. Everyone's just mellow. Everyone's having a good time. That shit is over now. Now they're like, all right, y'all had it sweet for a long time. Let's see how you do without any food. Let's see how you do without any livestock. And now let's see what you do without the protection of the sun, that we can make it an eclipse anytime that we want. You know, now we'll see how that goes down. So I think the fact that they have killed the monster, traveled to the lighthouse, someone has escaped out of the lighthouse, that they have to step everything up now and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe the what is that, Bible? I think he means to say. Oh, the bile. Maybe the bile made the monsters immune to the talismans. I don't think that bile hit that monster. I just don't think it's possible that a bullet traveling that speed with a little drop of liquid on it would make it through the air and be able to penetrate something with that liquid still being attached to it. You know what I mean? I just don't think that they're saying the silver bullet method. I just don't think that's feasible for that. I mean, as someone who shoots guns, who has a pistol permit, who goes to the gun range a lot, I just don't think if I spit on the bullet, by the time I got there, my DNA from the spit is going to still be on that hot bullet. So I just don't think that that's possible. Now the bile has to mean something. They found it, and they want it to mean something. I mean, if that's all the bile does, is that you found out that they have bile. I think what they're trying to say there was that these creatures, with the whole purpose of that autopsy was to say at one point these creatures were human, and they were transformed to this form of theirs. That they were humans, and somehow they were transformed to this.
Let's see.
I have a really crazy theory, Phil. I don't know. I may make a video on it. It's so nuts that it might just be real, but it's crazy. I mean, it is crazy though.
What's it? Do you want to save it for the video, or you want to talk a little bit about it now? Because in fear that someone else is going to put out a video on it.
Someone probably will put a video on it regardless. I'll put it on Reddit anyway. But it's a crazy theory. It's one of the.
And Crip, to answer your question, I think yes.
On that goddamn bullet.
Tweet.
Oh, two on it. You know what I mean? No, it's a really weird theory, but it may be so weird that it just might work.
Usually that's the case. Usually that's the case. It ends up being the weirdest possibility.
I'll do a video on it. Now, I swear to you, if anyone ever tries to say this, I need y'all people to have my back. Now, people probably won't say it because it's so crazy that they don't think it's going to be good. But I'm gonna put.
I love Taryn, but he said the Bigfoot's going to show up on this show.
He did say that. He did say that.
I love you, Taryn. He said Bigfoot's going to show up on the damn show. So I don't know if it's going to be that weird, Tony.
It's not going to be that. I gotta find this picture that
everyone, the 198 people that are in the chat right now, shh, don't tell anybody.
I gotta find this picture that
and yes, he did, Jay. If he's still in the chat right now, he can confirm that. But yes, he did say Bigfoot might show up in the show.
And I gotta find this picture. I don't know where it is. I have it on my. Let me see if I can find a thing of it.
There is. Taryn's still here. I'm not making stuff up. Taryn will defend his Bigfoot theory.
Oh my God, where's the picture? Should have set this up better.
Yeah.
I have it on.
This makes good TV, Tony. Though I like. No, I mean, it's if you were alone, it wouldn't. I mean, but I'm here to babble. Like, let me take some chat while you
I did it on this, and I found the picture on this. Let me see if I can find it from there.
Julie says we won't tell anyone, Tony. If anyone steals it, we'll call them out.
All right. If I can find this picture, then I would definitely put it up there. But I need this picture to prove it.
Papa Joe says, did we forget about the spider web that Boyd walked into? Will we ever get back to the spiders, Tony?
You know, it seems like his Parkinson's is back too, right?
Yeah.
So it seems like everything has been stepped up for that. Why can't I find this picture?
So is the main villain the Mothman, black and red, Jay Sleek? I think Tony thinks that the main villain, and I'm not sure yet. I don't know if we've introduced him. Maybe it's that old guy we saw in that photo that Mr. Friedman pointed out. I think Tony, and again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I know you're setting this up, thinks it's Victor, and that Victor's the boy in white, and that is, and that there's going to be some uncovering where he realizes he is, which would be really cool if done right. If he's the Kaiser Soze situation, Squid Game, spoiler alert for that too, like something like that, where it's a surprise person that's behind it all. I could see a really cool way that it's. I'm not sure I'm all the way with you, Tony, but I think it could be cool, done really well if Victor is the boy in white. Someone else asked.
This theory is crazy, Phil. People are gonna think I'm nuts when I say this, but I'm just saying that it's so crazy, and I have the proof. I have the receipts. I'm just giving you one hint of the receipts of this real quick. Let me go refill the drink, and then we'll get into this theory.
And then I do want to talk. A couple of people have asked a little bit about the ages of the kids. It's a tough thing. I mean, do you lean into it in the storyline? If they set up that time is moving faster there, they could set up the kids growing up a little bit faster, because season by season he is going to get older, the little Matthews kid. But they could set it up in a way that the show just doesn't last as long. I think 4 or 5 seasons is probably max on this show anyway, so they may just get away with it with him. Carrie says, yeah, I can see Victor having a mental break and developing multiple personalities. I mean, he's been stuck there a long ass time. Now go back and watch it. I promise you as a kid. Walt, I do think Walt will show up, or there should be an alternative take similar to what there was on Breaking Bad, where when that ended, there was this alternate take where you had Bryan Cranston waking up with his Malcolm in the Middle wife, and it was all a dream that Hal had. I would love to see a moment where they do make some sort of passive reference to Walt on a boat, just when the boat thing becomes a thing, just for hilarious sake, or have the actor make a cameo. Would not be a bad thing, but you know, I'm also cheesy as hell. Coral got big on The Walking Dead. Mousetrap episode, maybe the trap, a live monster. That could possibly be a situation. Really, Tony, cliffhanger before commercial? Yes, he gave us a cliffhanger to go fill up his drink. But he will be back. Tony will be back. I'm back. The crazy theory. You know, Tony is back.
I'm back.
Crazy
I forgot my cup. 1 second.
Cody will be right back. He's getting his cup now. Here we go. Tony's coming back now. His theory's ripping now. No, sorry. Okay, so we're getting into this in a second. Do you guys notice during season 1 and 2? What did you say, Papa? I think the excessive spider webs were part of that only a vision Boyd could only see. I think Sarah only saw the spiders on Boyd and not the crazy amounts of webs. She couldn't see Abby in the webs either. I definitely think she couldn't see Abby in the web.
No, because she seen when they showed her walk through the webs and move them to the side.
Yep. Oh,
Right,
they did.
so-
You're right. They right. It's been a while since I've seen that.
She's walking through it. And the promo picture for that episode, their screenshot is her. It's standing in the webs with Boyd.
And
All
winter,
right.
yes, that's the crispy theme. You know,
This theory I come up with. This is very crazy, and I'm not saying this is what it is, but it will give you something to think about. I have more proof, and I'm only going to display one piece of proof for you people out here right now. All right, this is what it is. All right, if you look at the lady that's sitting behind me, all right, and you see her shirt right over here, this girl right here.
I know. It took me a second. I'm like, lady.
And you
Oh,
see
yeah, I
her
see.
shirt. It has a J on it. All right. That is actually the logo for a town in New York called Jamestown.
Oh, okay.
For their school. That's their school logo. All right. In the 1970s, that's
Yes, someone in the chat just said it too, James.
that's what they wore. All right, in Jamestown. You see the guy who talks to the daughter. He's got, when he says Julie, do you don't remember me? He's got the Jamestown Letterman shirt on too. All right. So there are two people in there that have Jamestown. Someone said they saw it in the video. Said, did you really? Someone, that's good. Some people on. Now that's not the video. That's not all I got to say. All right. So there's two people who rocking the Jamestown stuff from Jamestown, New York. All right. The most popular person who ever lived in Jamestown is Lucille Ball. You also have Roger Goodell is from there, from Jamestown, right? But Lucille Ball is the most popular person who ever came out of Jamestown, New York.
Babaloo.
All right. She had the show called I Love Lucy in the 70s, right? Same time when she had that show is the same time that these people have wore those costumes. If you look, and I've looked at 4 characters in the show, 4, not 1, 4 different characters that they've showed as monsters. They all have the exact same outfits that people have wore on the I Love Lucy show.
Oh, interesting. Lucy, I'm home. Sorry, I'm playing the congas.
So when you look at the milkman's costume, this is from the I Love Lucy show. It's the exact same milkman costume that they see in the show. If you look at the wedding girl in the wedding dress, she's wearing the exact same wedding dress that Lucy wore in the show. If you look at the cowboy monster, if you take away the chaps off him, it's the exact same shirt that Ricky wore in the I Love Lucy show. Right? And there's one of, and the librarian that's in the I Love Lucy show has the exact same outfit that was wore in the I Love Lucy show. There's 4 people that they showed as monsters that have the exact same shirts and same costumes that they wore in the I Love Lucy show. So maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe it's not. But I'm telling you, you could look at them. I've done it. And I'm telling you, they are the exact same costumes.
That is very weird,
these
dude.
People wore.
That is weird, but this seems like there's a reason similar to the there and back again thing. Is it just a reference? Is it like George R. R. Martin naming a whole house after Muppets or something, or Sesame Street no, it's Sesame Street characters.
Now look,
Like,
I haven't put the whole thing together, the theory, so I'm still working on it. But you know, I went and I've seen it, and I said, wait a second. And when I realized it was Jamestown, I went through and I said, who is the most famous people from Jamestown? And then when I Love Lucy popped up, I just said, you know what? Let me take a guess. And the first one was the milkman, and it took me a while to find it. And then I found the picture of the milkman just happened to have the exact same outfit. And I said, wait a second, is this a coincidence? And everyone I pulled up is the same. That cowboy monster has the same shirt that Ricky wore. He doesn't have, Ricky had on chaps. He doesn't have the chaps, but that's the exact same shirt he had on in there. That wedding dress is the exact same wedding dress that Lucy was wearing in the show. They show that
be
wedding
unintentional.
Can't be, right?
No, it's. I mean, I don't know if it has any real significance, but it could just be like a reference point, just because they really love Lucy.
Or it could be that somehow
This dog, you can hear him breathing on the
it's like
street.
somehow these people, when they take their forms, they're taking it from old school television show.
That's
And this is
possible.
the show that they're watching. So when they take their form, they're taking their form from the people of the I Love Lucy show, because this is how they're imitating these humans at this time in these costumes.
I mean, that's certainly a possibility in the way that they sort of figure out how to assess humanity in the situation. They go off of old television. Somehow that's how they connected to what is. They found old videos or old clips of I Love Lucy, and they based their whole, that's what humanity is. And that would be very alien to do. And you know, there's many alien examples. I can't even think about it. What specific ones I'm thinking about, where it's like, I learned everything from watching the Police Academy movies, or it's like an alien that came down and just like learned something from watching television. That is almost in 70s, 80s television movie trope for aliens. Like Mork is that incarnate. You know, I just learned everything from watching television. And so there could be something to that, just even from the alien standpoint, to add some smoke to your alien thing.
It could now. Listen, Taryn is saying that he said this I Love Lucy thing 6 months ago.
Really?
If you have the link, I would like to look. I did not see you say it. I'm not saying that you didn't say it,
but I'm saying it might be special that this is the second time
I'm
in
not
history.
saying you didn't say the I Love Lucy show things, but I have never heard of it before until I said it right now. But if you're saying you did, we'll take you at your word. You can post a link to when you said it 6 months.
But Tony, even either way, let's not get past the point that this might be the second time in history that you and Taryn actually agree about something.
Yeah, it would be the second time. Now, again, I don't know what it truly means. It would be the second.
It would be the second time, and that means something. It would be the second time that you two agree. I mean, whoever came up with it first, you know, we'll figure that out. But essentially, it's all that matters is you guys agree. So it might actually mean something. Oh, Rose Jones. Thank you, Rose Jones.
Rose just gifted 10 memberships.
And
10
I
memberships.
I get the names when you're ready, Tony. We
Let's
got
hear 'em.
Jay Ruiz, T. Den, R.N. Smith, Nino Nev Winter, His Our Family, Jamie Keogh, Nikki Sweet Pea, and Kate Hartley. Sorry if I mispronounced your names horribly.
Well, listen, thank you for everything else. Thank you right there and everything else. No, I've never heard anyone say it, but if he did say it, I would love to read it. But I've never heard anyone say anything about Jamestown I Love Lucy connection. I haven't heard it, but maybe he did. I'm not trying to say
I did. Jay Ruiz. I fucked up your name really bad.
Listen, Jay Ruiz, you stomped his name out. Maybe people are gifted memberships. Let me see if I have a membership to gift myself so I can join the party.
I did. I killed your name, Jay. I'm sorry.
My people over here.
You were who I was talking about when I said I'm sorry that I screwed up your name. I knew I screwed up your name.
Let me see if I can gift some memberships here. What's the chat?
Oh yeah, you might have your
yeah, I may have some gifts to give out. Membership gifting.
You're welcome. I said it better the second time. So sorry, I totally screwed it up.
I can't do it on the phone. I have to go on the computer, right?
Yeah, you have to do it, unfortunately, on the regular chat, like setting up a poll. And unfortunately, again, it's one of those things that you can't appoint me as a moderator to be able to do it. There's a way to make me like there is a way to do it, but it gives me way too much power. You don't want to give me that much power.
Oh, he's saying he said it on this channel. I don't remember. Maybe you did, man. I'm just saying I don't remember. I don't remember you saying, but I believe that if you did say it's a good get and everything else and all that, I'm just saying I've never heard it. But if you did, I will go back. If you did it, we'll credit you for the theory 100%. And that's a good insight. But I just picked up on it myself right there. So
I like it though. I think it's a good one. And thank you. I corrected myself on the second time. Yes, I did.
All right. Well, let me go over here and put and see if I can gift some stuff at people real if I can find it. It's hard to find your own stuff on your own page and stuff.
And Nino says I have the screenshots of his Reddit post.
Oh, listen, that's one we definitely agree on. Then that was a good.
Yeah, so let's get to the important part here that you guys both agree on. There's some I Love Lucy connection, which I think is super interesting. I don't think it's that crazy of a theory. I think there is definitely some. You don't make those kind of choices. Just like again, the Hobbit thing, choosing to name an episode there and back again has some sort of referential something to the Hobbit. Teflon TV gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Teflon TV, for your support.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Teflon TV supports this channel amazingly. It's great. And the names where we got Tricky, we got Fatima, the actual Fatima's in the live chat.
Is she really? Thank God.
Thank God, Fatima's. That boy is good. Scrolled up. Robert G. And we're gifted the memberships. Thank you so much. And Rose Jones just gave us a super chat. Let's see what Rose has to say. The show gets better after Tony refills his cup. I would agree with that as well. This is like the 2 nights a week that I actually get drunk. So amen to that.
Yeah, and Taryn says what's interesting is we both found the connection. Maybe it is on. So I would think so.
Yeah, I agree, Taryn. That's the interesting part.
It definitely seems to be on to something there. Maybe they'll watch it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they watched I Love Lucy, and that's how they're using it to imitate these people for the I Love Lucy show.
If someone comes out playing a conga drum.
Someone said, please see a super chat. Luna, did we not get the super chat by Luna?
Let me look back on our super chats and see if I missed a Luna super chat. Where are the new monsters coming from? Let me scroll.
I think the new monsters that we're going to see aren't going to be actually monsters. I think they're going to be humans in those cabins, and that's going to be the new monsters of the show. Again, as we've seen in The Walking Dead, Phil could attest to this more than I. The zombies were the initial threat until you figured out that the humans were bigger threats than the zombies. And I think that's what we get with those cabins in there.
And Winter just gifted 5 more memberships. We got LJ Forever, Erica, we got Joey, we got Karma67, we got Chris Cocking. Great name, Chris Cocking. And are all gifted memberships. If your name exists, I have to say it. Thank you, everyone, for joining Teflon TV.
100%. Nonfiction says, kill the boy so we can go horde. Boy equals boy in white equals Victor. Things are story from the child's mind. He watched I Love Lucy. He recreated the bottle tree outside his father's house. Listen, I think that you agree with the Don Tony Teflon's theory. Then I think we good on that. Then I told you the boy in white is Victor. Kill the boy in white is Victor. Kill him. The stories are from inside his mind. We talked about the Harold and the Purple Crayon type theory going on and everything else. And listen, he might have watched I Love Lucy when he was young, and I agree with you on that. He could have watched that, and that's why these creatures look like I Love Lucy.
I mean, exactly. 100%. If this is all a manifestation of things that Victor is creating, that would definitely add to that. Maybe I Love Lucy was a happy show for him watching as a kid, and he's creating I Love Lucy characters.
And now these I Love Lucy characters are now all monsters. You know, but they were, you know, that was his joy watching I Love Lucy. Because listen, if Victor is, let's say Victor's there as a child, he's there in the 70s. We know that, right? He's by himself. Everyone gets wiped out. Maybe the only solace he has is a TV works, and the TV is showing I Love Lucy. And that's all he could watch is I Love Lucy, I Love Lucy, I Love Lucy over and
Victor
over
wasn't
again.
like the other kids. Remote
You know?
control. You know, it's like he could be totally addicted to television situations, and that gave him his only solace. Tony, you could you guys could totally be onto something with the Lucy thing, and I just don't think it's unintentional. Whether it's just
let's give the credit where it's credit is due. That is a Terran theory. I arrived at it myself on my own accord, but he posted that way 6 months ago. That is definitely, he gets credit for all that 100%. All I can do is add to the theory and agree with the theory and try to add some insight maybe that he didn't put up in there.
Yeah.
And they're ready for it and stuff. Hector says, why would aliens be afraid of a damn stone? Again, Superman is allergic to kryptonite, and kryptonite's not more than a stone. If you and kryptonite, Superman's an alien. If you want to go that route, again, I don't think that the alien it goes that route because I think that is predictable, right? If aliens are running experiments on human beings, I think the twist is that the aliens have been captured themselves, and they're being experimented on too by human beings, and with these humans, I think that's how it goes down and everything.
So when it's like kill the boy, so when it's like kill the boy, when people the beings that were talking to Sarah theoretically and like telling her to kill the boy, they wanted to kill the boy in white because that's the alien saying kill the boy in white and we all can leave.
Yes,
essentially.
The
so
aliens are the ones who are talking to Sarah
and trying to get Sarah to kill the boy in white, because if you kill the boy in white, everyone gets to go home. The aliens get to go back to Melmac, and everyone gets to go back to their home planet, wherever they go.
Aliens are the ones who also are captured, and they say they want to go home also. Those are the aliens, the ones that are communicating with Sarah. And it's not the same people over there communicating with Sarah. It's two different things and everything else. So that's what. So what if Victor was 50 watching the Cosby Show? That would be great to have Theo with the fucked up shirt. You see a guy, people would catch on to it too quick. You know what I mean? You've seen that, like all of a sudden, everything. You would.
I mean, that would make sense to bust out Victor to play some music. You know, it's like Victor. You know, he's the guest of the week. Do you think we'll ever get to see Scott show off any of his music skills on the show?
Scott, I would love to see Scott do some music skills on that. It wouldn't be this Scott. It would be, again, I posted it last week. You seen the picture on the outside. It seemed like maybe a grown-up version of Scott. It could be another version out there. Maybe that is what it could be.
Yeah. Like a different
variant. Let's just say variant, because that's what people are using nowadays, right? It could be a variant of Victor that's out there doing this stuff. Again, or Avatar, whatever you want to look at it. It could be a situation like that Victor was watching MASH. MASH. I didn't like MASH.
Tony, that's so funny you say that. Like, it was one of those shows that I know it's good. My buddy Joe loves MASH. My mom and my grandma watched MASH, but I couldn't get into it in the same way I could get into, like, again, different shows, but like even The Honeymooners or I Love Lucy, as you mentioned, or Cheers, or even any of the shows like Family Ties and Growing Pains and The Cosby Show. Like, all those shows I liked better than MASH. I just couldn't get into MASH. Taxi I like better than MASH. MASH was just never my sitcom either, Tony. Like, the movie's pretty good. The movie with Donald Sutherland.
I give it, like, MASH and Barney Miller shows that I did not like.
I never liked MASH either, Tony. I'll be honest. I'm not picking back on that.
Barney Miller was terrible too, and then Barney Miller had a great opening theme song, but Barney Miller was terrible.
Do you know what show I really loved that was underrated back in the 80s or whatever as a sitcom? And we'll go back to it was Night Court. I really liked the original Night Court. Or I know
Marky Post was amazing.
Marky Post, Marsha, like the final cast they got, they definitely went through some people, but the ultimate final cast that they had where all of them together had such amazing chemistry. It was one of my favorite.
Like Marsha Warfield better than Bull.
I know Bull was there. I liked her better than the two old women that smoked. They had like these old little women that smoked that both died back-to-back years, and then they got Marsha Warfield, and she had better chemistry with Bull, and she actually also had good chemistry with Christine, with Maggie Post, Margie Post.
Fancy, thank you for super chat. The aliens saw the broadcast from their ship. maybe if the aliens were actually running this thing. Again, I don't know. I'm not saying that they're not, but I think the better way to do it, me personally, would be that the aliens are also captured.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way you do it. And it's humans. In the end, the humans are the bad guys. They're the ones who caught them and everything else, and they're the bad guys. So I to me, that would be the better way to do it than the aliens running just straight experiments on humans and everything. So that's what I would think.
I'm seeing a lot of mutual love for Night Court. The other thing Night Court had was one of the best theme songs of all time.
It was a great theme song. It's Your Move was a great show. It only had one season.
Ooh, is that the one with Jason Bateman?
Yeah, with Jason Bateman.
Dude, I love that show. It was him and his teacher, right? Like they were like lived across.
Started dating his
mom and shit. Yeah, I love it. Tony. Yeah. Not many people remember that show. That was one of my fucking favorites too. I love that show because I like Jason Bateman back when the Hogan's Family was Valerie or something for the first season, and then like she wanted too much money, and then they killed her in a fire, and then they came back as the Hogan's Family.
Choco Beauty 8 says, I think Victor is an innocent, especially after he really got sad when the pizzas ran out.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know about Victor being the villain. He might be an innocent.
He is the villain. I'm telling you, he's the villain. I think that's what they're trying to draw you in to make you think, oh, Victor's harmless. How many times have they said that? Victor's harmless. He's this, he's that, he's that. That's the way they do you until they do the big switcheroo, and Victor is the bad guy of it all. I'm telling you, that's the way it's going to end. I promise you, Victor is. I know that the people see the red picture on the wall. That's too obvious. It's too obvious for that red gobbledygook to be the big thing. No one wants that. You know what I mean? You have this big monster. I don't think you're going to deal with any monsters when you deal with anything like that. In the end, it's going to be human beings and stuff that are doing the bad stuff. Again, that's right, non-fiction. It's a Kaiser Sosa situation. That's what it's going to be.
Some people in the live chat are saying they like when we go off script. Some people do, some people don't. People say Cheers is awesome. What are your favorite sitcoms? There's a lot of really good sitcoms. Tony and I should do our favorite sitcom stream at some point in time. But I think
Alf was good. I remember that. Alf was a good show.
Let's be honest. What's the best? The Golden Girls of that age, like the Golden Girls.
I mean, you want to Golden Girls the best.
You can't fight the Golden Girls. Like that's all.
No, Golden Girls the best sitcom of that era. I would think. Mama's. They spun off of Mama's Family, right?
Mama's Family was a really great show, and then I think all the spin-offs from All in the Family, were all great shows. All in the Family, The Jeffersons, Good Times, Maude, like all those shows were some of the best sitcoms ever made. Yeah. Like I really love all of the, and there's more, like all those shows.
I mean, Sanford and Son.
Great.
Didn't that spun off Chico and the Man, right?
I believe, yeah.
Remember that show, Chico and the Man?
Yep.
Yeah, Chico and the Man. I think that came off of that. I think that spun that show off. But they were great shows. I mean, Benson was a good show.
Benson was Soap. Remember
Soap was a good show. The one with Balky.
Yep.
Perfect Strangers.
Balky Bartokomous.
Yeah.
A great show. And I mean, all those family shows were kind of good too. Family Ties, Growing Pains. I talked about him before. Michael J. Fox was awesome to see him on television that often. And there was a lot of really
227, Amen were both good shows.
227, The Place to Be, every night on NBC.
Listen, look at the star that came off of 227, man. I mean, a huge star right now came off of that. I mean,
Sherman Hemsley is maybe one of the most hilarious people to ever walk the earth.
Mr. Belvedere.
Mr. Belvedere.
Forgot about Mr. Belvedere.
Mr. Belvedere.
There's too many shows. You go through all these shows. There was so many. What about that? What was that? That show with the waitresses and the guy was playing the piano, and he always was like they were all waitresses.
Not Alice.
No, not Alice. It was like they were in like a hotel, and you had the one guy that the black hair, he played the piano, and he always blah blah, and he had the tip jar up there, and all the girls were just like waitresses, and it's like they had the one blonde haired chick who looked like Blondie from the time.
I'm sure I know that one.
The name of that show. Oh my god, but that show was good. It lasted a long time. I think it was like 5-6 seasons for that show. Too.
And then there's all the Happy Days spinoffs, like Happy Days, Mork and Mindy, Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah,
Like all those shows were definitely high quality sitcoms.
well, that was all Gary Marshall. Right?
The Gary Marshall shows were great.
All that stuff.
I prefer the All in the Family universe of shows with, like, you know, the All in the Family, the Jeffersons, Maude, and Good Times. Those are, you can't beat that. That's like a murderer's row of television shows right there.
Let's go back to it.
Yeah, sorry everybody.
Sinister Sin says, if I could catch his question before it goes up, does anyone think there's witchcraft? I think the majority of people here think it's witchcraft.
Probably.
I'm the one saying it's not witchcraft. I think, but the majority of people, I do believe, think that there's some witchcraft involved. I don't think it's any witchcraft whatsoever. I think they're leading you down that road to make you think that, but I don't think that there's any magic. There's really been no proof that there's been magic involved in this at all.
Nothing that can't be explained away with science. You've made reference to this a lot.
Who said that? What
was it?
What'd they say? What was the question?
Oh no, I was just saying there's not been anything that couldn't be explained with science.
No, nothing.
There's and I've mentioned this before, there's an episode of Star Trek where this creature comes on a planet and claims they're the devil, and Picard steps in and he goes, everything she's doing isn't magic, it's science, and he recreates it with the Enterprise just to make a fool of her. And the whole point of that episode is something that you've said a few times, that magic for some people is just science that hasn't been discovered yet, or not realizing how they're doing it. And I think a lot of what we see in this place, I'm big on board that whatever we're seeing is more science stuff than magic stuff. Yeah. Whether I'm on fully with you in the alien ship situation or not, I'm 100% that it's science, not magic is my direction.
Nonfiction says, why would Jay be there to figure out witchcraft? He's not. He's there to figure out the science behind it to prove that it's not witchcraft. If you go watch my last video, I just put it up today. Please, Nonfiction, this is over. Go take a look at that video. I explain it right in that video. I explain the whole things and everything. I explain it right there. If you watch that video, I just put it up. It'll be right there. I explain the whole thing. And I go from every scene that you've seen Jade in a row to lead to where I got. Every scene that this only has Jade in it that leads to that point. So he's not there to figure that out. He's there to figure, witchcraft stuff is a red herring. Everyone thinks, Boyd says it. He says it, and he goes, so I'm to believe we got a little kid, boy in white, walking around through a magical forest? He's making fun of it. Like, that's impossible. That's not what it is. That's why he said that. He's telling you. So there's a little boy in white walking around a magical forest. That's not what it is. And then that's when Sarah says, I don't think he's a boy. All right. So that's what I'm saying. It's not. Oh, Nonfiction saying.
So who has seen the boy in white? Actually seen the boy in white?
I misinterpreted your question.
Tony, who has actually seen the boy in white?
Elgin says he's seen him. The boy in white. Victor, Ethan, Sarah.
Victor, Ethan, Sarah.
Yep.
Okay. Boyd has
we
not.
know that Elgin had seizures. Ethan had seizures.
Wait,
Sarah had seizures, and we've never seen Victor have a seizure, but we've seen him.
See him? Did Tabitha see him before she got pushed, or whatever?
Oh yeah, and Tabitha seen him.
Tabitha saw him in that one situation, right?
Yep, and Tabitha. So the 5 people have seen the boy in white.
Fernandez T, Stop Trying. Wings and Coach were both great shows, especially Coach. I love Jerry Van Dyke on Coach. He was fucking hilarious.
Coach
and Dauber.
Coach
was all right, but the Coach was about the 2 other coaches besides Greg T. Nelson.
Yeah.
Everything dealing with Greg T. Nelson sucked. Dauber and Jerry Van Dyke's character were the best part of that show. They just were so ridiculously stupid that they were fucking hilarious. But Coach, you're right. It was all right. It's just all right. Just the 10 of Us was another just all right one. Funny thing about Just the 10 of Us, of all the daughters in Just the 10 of Us, which was a spinoff from Growing Pains, like 6 of the 10 daughters were in Nightmare on Elm Street movies. One of them being Nancy.
Hector, why do all get to Fromville on vehicles? Again, I just put a video up today. I would say go watch that video. It explains that whole situation in the video. You can just go watch that video I just put up today. It'll explain that. But I will say this also. Anytime you ever hear of any type of alien abduction, it's always people in vehicles. You never hear people walking down the street getting abducted by aliens. It's always they're driving somewhere, they see a light, all the things start going crazy, and then all of a sudden they're gone. But I would take a look at that video I just put up. I talk about that whole situation, how they get there. You know what I mean? And all that good stuff. And thank you, Tamika's done. I appreciate you watching the video.
I unfortunately cannot log into Discord right now. I just tried. I forgot my password. I have to like reset it and stuff like that. But I don't know. Is there more of Mr. Friedman? Is there just more pictures of the same guy we already showed? Is that what you're trying to share now? Is it just like a better view? Or I sent another photo for Tony on Victor's drawings. We'll definitely do a stream upcoming soon that we break into any new versions of Victor's drawings.
Yeah. You could do that. I was giving thank you to the person who gifted it. Thank you for joining the family. Maybe we'll come back Saturday night, since people like to come try to take our time slot. Maybe we'll come back Saturday night and start invading other people's time slots.
Is it impossible that if we do Saturday night, it won't just turn into an After Dark by the end of it?
Maybe we'll take the show on the road and start invading other people's time slots to see how they like it and stuff, and see what it is and stuff. Maybe we gotta go to war with people. Maybe that's what we gotta do. We'll see. I'm usually busy, but we'll see how it goes. It probably would turn to an After Dark situation. Get Anna on here. That's what it would be in all that situation and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? But maybe we'll see. Let's see. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have the bell for all notifications, so that way, if I do it, y'all be notified as soon as it goes up. You'll know exactly when to go. I'll make the decision by Friday and everything else. And we could do a whole. I got every drawing that airs and everything else like that. I got nothing but. I have nothing but drawings and stuff like that. So
Andrew West asks, have we ever done a live watch along for From? I think Tony did a live watch once, maybe.
I think I did it once. Maybe we'll lock the whole shit up, Phil.
Or Tony.
Maybe we'll do.
Do you want to do like a live watch into our after show?
Right into. We'll have to stop and then go to the other one though. Can't just go straight through, because it would be way too long of a video. No one's gonna watch. It would be way too long. That's true. That would be a 6-hour video, man. Maybe
I'm gonna be doing a couple of simulcasts. So it'd be like double on the like double both.
Yeah, maybe we'll do the watch. Maybe we'll do the pre-show, then go to another video for the watch along, then go to another video for the after.
Maybe
show.
For at least for the season finale or something like that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll definitely do that and everything else. But thank you for the super chat, Coco Beauty 8. We appreciate you so much.
I think I might have missed a call too. But let's see. I think we have another voicemail from KP. I missed a call from KP.
All right, we'll take that next time. We're going to get up out of here because it's over 2 hours. We try to keep these to 2 hours so it's digestible for people who watch later. They don't say, "God damn, 8 hours." I know, but I want to thank everybody for showing up. Thank everybody for supporting the channel again. Thank you for sticking with us. We truly appreciate
KP popped in the chat. We'll play your voicemail next time. I'll save it, KP.
We'll save it. We'll have it next time. Phil, what's going on with your channel?
We're gonna be doing a Sopranos stream soon, but coming up soon we'll be like I'm gonna be doing some simulcasts with our From stuff and trying to do some From videos myself. I gotta get a video editing program, but I want to do some short From reviews and theory type shit as well. And I don't know, like Joe and I will be coming up and doing a multi-streamer, catching up on a lot of shows, and hopefully we'll get Tony over to do a sitcom stream or candy stream or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing streams like that.
I'm thinking about starting a separate channel where we just talk about food, Tony. It's an undersold thing on YouTube that I think people would watch us just talking about like what our favorite candies are.
I would love to. Listen, Fruity Island cereal is one of the greatest cereals no one knows about. And why it got canceled, I don't know, but that was amazing fucking cereal. Amazing cereal.
Interesting.
Amazing.
Recently, I tried.
Look it up.
Recently, when I was a kid, I really liked Captain Crunch, and recently I tried it again, and I didn't. It was just too sweet. It was too sweet. It was
Captain Crunch just leaves a big grease ring around on your milk and stuff, and I don't like that. I like the oops, it's all berries. This is the straight crunch berries in there, and I just eat them by the hand. All right, we'll talk about this so much.
Cocoa Krispies all the way.
Yeah, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace